Yo, what's up guys, John Boogle here, and today it is the Manic Lion in-depth guide, and this one is a pretty easy level. Once again, it's another one of these CPU levels, so make sure you do have your power-ups ready. Now before we start off, if you didn't know, there is a Boogle Discord in the description below, so go down there and join the Discord. There's monthly Nitro giveaways there, but yeah, let's hop into the guide. Now here we go with Manic Lion. There are so many lineups for this level, so keep that in mind. First, we'll hop with the obvious lineup, of course, with Cyborg and Manic Flying. Now, if you have Cyber and you got Manic Flying previously, then you could use it in this level. But do not stress if you do not have Manic Flying. Crazed UFO does work as well. Fifth staller is very important, so make sure you do bring a fifth staller, and a replacement for the one we are using is Gacha Amigo, or you can use Cat Burger or any other staller. You can even use Ramen if you manage your money correctly, so keep that in mind. And that's pretty much it for this lineup. We have Manic Macho Legs for extra support with wave damage. It's able to hit the lines that are incoming and not in the stack already, so it helps chip down those lions that are starting to stack up. But really the two core units is Valkyrie and a Bahamut. A Bahamut being the absolutely core unit and Valkyrie being another one, but it is a little bit RNG, so be prepared to use some power-ups on this level if you cannot get those freeze procs in the beginning. And yes, we do have level 30 Crazed Cat, but if your Paris is boosted enough, you do not need a level 30 Manic Flying / Crazed UFO or a level 30 Manic Macho Legs, so keep that in mind. Having level 30 Crazed Cats does completely sweep this stage, and it is possible to do it no gacha, no power-ups with level 30 Crazed Cats, so keep that in mind. And also take into account any other AoE units you might have. Like, I'll hop into some more lineups after we do this first run. So yeah, let's hop into it. Here we go, Manic Lion. Once again, I've said this in a lot of Manic stages so far, but this is definitely a CPU level. So make sure you do have CPU, and you do not need Rich Cat, but if you are using CPU, might as well bring Rich Cat as well, and it helps a lot in the beginning. Now the very key thing here is when the first Manic Lion arrives, you want to make sure to not over push in the beginning here. And what I mean by that is you do not want to spawn in too many attackers in the beginning and even too many stallers, because what will happen is once you do kill this Manic Lion, that stack of stallers and attackers will go hit the base and lure out the other Manic Lions. What will happen then is those Manic Lions will start stacking up very early, and if that happens, it is super difficult to maintain such a big stack rushing at you. So you want to make sure they're kind of unsynced, and that helps to better manage them later on. But it's pretty much the same thing as Crazed Cow. Once the stack arrives, see, as they're pretty unsynced, it's easier to manage. Spawn out Valkyrie, get the freeze proc, and once you kill them, that's when you turn on CPU. If you turn on CPU too early, you are going to die, so keep that in mind. And if Valkyrie dies, that's fine, it's only there for the beginning. But if a Bahamut dies, you are in a bit of trouble unless you've built up a huge Paris and whatever AoE attacker, and you have like a massive stack of them that you're able to deal with the Manic Lions without a Bahamut. But in the beginning, you need a Bahamut support to weaken them, and then your AoE units will sweep the rest. But if you're able to time the beginning right, once again, it's Valkyrie first, then wait for the freeze proc, send out a Bahamut after that. Once the Manic Lions die from a Bahamut, then you turn on CPU, then the rest of the level is just watching your stack murder a whole bunch of Manic Lions. I'd say it's one of the easier Manic stages because it's pretty much just AoE spam and relying on that clutch freeze proc from Valkyrie. There are some other units you can use, of course, like the Festa exclusives. They can sweep this stage pretty hard, and some other units can be helpful, some tanky units and stuff that has a fast attack rate and pretty high DPS. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the main points in the start here. Let's hop into some more lineups and explain some more units that are decent for this level. Now let's say you do not have a good 5th staller and you're struggling there. Well, you can use 4 and go with 3 attackers. So in this lineup we have double UFO or double flying cats and cyborg as well. Now this is a much more riskier lineup because Manic Lions will be able to shred through your defense very easily with having just 1 staller missing, so keep that in mind. Unless you have like super boosted stallers, you won't have an issue. The main thing to keep note is after the huge stack of Manic Lions start coming out of the base, you don't want to stall them too long in the beginning, because if they stack up and a huge stack just comes and rushes in, it's most likely to kill your Valkyrie and a Bahamut. That's the main thing on this level and the thing you have to look out for. Pretty much everything else is either RNG or CPU, and as you can see, we aren't using any power-ups in this run purely because we do have the power of Manic Flying with Flying Cat and Cyborg. So if you have high enough level units, you won't need power-ups. Alright, now let's finally hop into the more gacha lineups. Here we go. In this lineup we have 2 more units that are very good for this stage. One is Camera. Camera is a very solid unit for this because not only is the damage super great from Camera, but the survivability from Camera is also very key in this level, and it could kind of act as a staller. And of course we also have a second Paris, aka Drama Cats, and this cat is a staple unit for this as well. Lots of health, good damage, and has a pretty decent attack rate, so it could help greatly in this level with how fast the Manic Lions stack up. Bringing Manic Flying in this lineup was kind of overkill because we do not need that many AoE units. Unless we have like very low level units, that's when we have to bring out more attackers to make up for the lack of levels. To wrap up this Manic guide, we'll go through one more lineup and a couple more suggestions. And as you can see, in this one we have Pizza. Now don't let the whole anti-black with Pizza distract you from Pizza's great general abilities. Pizza is a very slept on unit for levels like this because people assume that Pizza is only good for black enemies. I mean, it does demolish black enemies, but it is also very great for area attack and has a very good amount of health as well. Some other units that work in this level is Chill Cat even, and Seafarer. Run is also pretty slept on in this level. Those knockbacks can help a lot when you're being really pushed back and about to get hit in the base. I mean, I could sit here and list units for an hour, so do some research on your own. The main thing is having units that are high DPS with a fast attack rate and a decent amount of health, but most of the time it is pretty much just a Bahamut and Valkyrie carry. And if you're wondering what a fast attack rate means, something similar to like Pizza or Valkyrie, somewhere within that range. Higher fast attack rates like Manic Flying is super helpful for this. That's why we use it so much in these runs. The health of your attackers aren't really that important. The important part is the health of your stallers, so That's why it's so important to have either 5 stallers or 4 high level stallers. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the whole guide for Manic Lion. Pretty easy level, nothing too crazy, but make sure you just get the beginning right and the rest of the level is just CPU spam or just high attacker carry. But yeah, that's it for this Manic guide. Drop a like if this guide did help you out, subscribe if you're new, join the hashtag Boogle gang, and yeah, that's it guys. It's been John Boogle, and see ya.